Hi, welcome to Conversion Conversations. This is Cameron, and today I'm taking a look at Transformers, the new collaborative collection. Not that new, I mean, it's been out for a little while, but the newest, I believe, collaborative collection between Hasbro and Jurassic Park for the 30th anniversary. We have the 2-pack of Dilophocon and Autobot JP12. I normally don't look at the box, but I wanted to show this one because it starts out a little disappointing after that beautiful transparent plastic box that has like a little inlaid diorama set of Tyrannicon Rex and JP93. I'm a little bummed that we went back to a standard just regular box, but I mean it does look pretty neat. And if we open it up, we still get, you know, a diorama scene of that part where Nedry, you know, gets lost at the, you know, trying to figure out his way to the East Dock. So we can, in fact, put JP12 up here and Dilophocon over here. And so you do get kind of a Studio Series style background, and I do still appreciate that, even though I can't see it from the box. We also get a little box of stuff. And this is everything that comes in the 2-pack. So you'll notice one thing is that this is obviously a little less toy than the previous one where we got a leader and kind of a Voyager class. But we've got 2 new Transformers, very new molds as well. We have our Autobot here, turns into a very accurate looking Jeep Wrangler. I really love this. I love the paint job. We have a couple Jeeps that look like this in Cincinnati. I love seeing them drive around. A lot of paint. I mean, it does sell that premium deco kind of thing. We've got a custom license plate, obviously, for the theme park. We've got the red stripes. Oh, that logo looks so crisp. That is really nicely done. You know, the canopy looks good. It all just looks really good. And we've got our Dilophosaurus, both of these brand new molds, which is really exciting. I think I've seen some people talk about this is probably going to be remolded as Iguanus at some point. But the Dilophosaurus looks maybe a little goofy, but not bad overall. The coloring looks really nice. Just the proportions might be a little off. I think Iguanus would essentially would not have this lower leg piece. It would be one leg piece, or I guess a smaller ankle piece, and then larger forearms, and new head, and you basically have you know, legacy Iguanus. But again, really nice looking Dilophosaurus. We've got a crate, you know, our crate of stuff here. And we can open this up wherever I have put that seam, probably cut end over here. And we do have some gadgets and gizmos and accessories. We have a Transformer-sized hard hat here. Nice. We have a gun, which functions also as the tow cable for the Jeep for that diorama scene. So it can store right here. Love it. We have a shaving cream can, not a Barbasol can, but an Autobot brand shaving cream can. Opens up into the little embryo cryo container piece. That is, I really like that. Seeing this made me want to, I went online on Etsy and I was like, how much would it be for a prop shaving cream can? And it's like $200. But you know what? I think I kind of want it. But that's really neat. And then we have some acid spit for our Dilophosaurus to eject, which is a really nice effect piece. And I really like, I mean, it's hard, transparent plastic, but it's sturdy. And then the you know, on the head, that color combination, the green tip right there looks really good. So again, things are looking really nice here. And if we are comparing them, here we have JP93. So if we're looking at our 2 vehicles, it feels like about the right scale, doesn't it? A person seated in here would be, I guess this should be a little bit bigger and taller, comparing like the door sides. But overall, like I like the way our 2 Autobots look together. I like the park vehicles. It makes me want to buy more of these just to have like the convoy. But that looks really, really good together. And then if we're looking at dinosaurs, oh man, does that look good together. I mean, every time I pull out a Kingdom Megatron mold, which I think I've got 2 or 3 now, it makes me happy. It's a cool looking T-Rex. She's big. Tyrannicon Rex still looks awesome. But having, just more dinosaurs makes me happy. This really touches into my 6-year-old nostalgia. It's awesome to see another dinosaur join the fray. I'm really hoping we get more. I mean, I feel like we're due Velociraptors, but I wonder if the Velociraptors the Velociraptors don't super look like Dinobot's Velociraptor mode. We'll have to see. But yeah, it's, as a foursome, I feel like there's not a ton of value in comparing these to the other collaborative sets, but just as like the Jurassic Park pack, this looks fantastic, and I'm super happy we are getting these toys. So, with that being said, these are brand new toys, brand new molds. Let's get into articulation and all that stuff in alt mode. JP12 rolls really, really nicely. As a Jeep, that's kind of all he does. His wheels can turn inward, but only inward due to transformation. So it's not like you're like steering or anything like that. He's got, again, some nicely picked out painted details, a lot of nicely painted details. This, to me, is what I wish the standard was for deluxes in like Legacy and stuff. My only complaint, and it's a minor complaint, these could have been picked out in yellow, representing the lights as they were on, the floodlights, or they could have been picked out in silver, representing them off. But again, with everything else and all the other paint and tampographies and stuff, it just makes me really, really happy. And the fact that it rolls so nice is awesome. It's very neat to see a unique mold versus just like they could have tried to use like the Hound mold or something. But getting, the Jeep Wrangler side of things looks terrific. All right. And then Dilophocon here, aside from being able to spit out their acid, which I think she's also a she. I'm assuming that's because in Jurassic Park they mentioned all the dinosaurs are female until they learn that some of them can change their sex. So Tyrannicon's a she and Dilophocon's a she. But articulation here might be a little more limited than like Kingdom dinosaurs. But we do have a tail wag. It breaks the mold a little bit, but you can get a little bit out of it. No side to side here. Up top, we do have head going up and down. Again, breaking the mold a little bit, but if you want to come down and chomp on someone, you can. I do wish we had a painted mouth and painted teeth, but that's okay. We do have arm movement. The ribs can move up, but we got a little ball joint here, so you can get, some decent arm articulation. A little bit of in and out wiggle right there. The frill itself can move in and out, and we can remove it. It does look goofy removed. I kind of wish that these pieces could have folded in or something, because it would have been nice to have the Dilophosaurus mode without the frill, and then to be able to deploy the frill somehow, seeing as that was a big iconic moment in the movie. The head here is painted nicely. I am showing this side specifically because this is my biggest disappointment on this toy. We have all these pins, and then we have just like a massive screw through her schnoz. On this side, it's very clean. I don't know what happened that necessitated that screw. I feel like we've seen other animal heads that are about the same size that didn't need something like that. So I'm not sure what went wrong in the manufacturing process or whatever that required a screw that big. But leg articulation, so the legs there is a tab here that it's supposed to sit in as like the position it's supposed to be in, but you can tab it out pretty easily, and then you get full ball joint movement, in and out wiggle. You can get a little bit of knee, you're breaking up the mold again, but you get a little bit of that, and then you get a pretty detailed ankle. So, I'd say pretty decent articulation in dinosaur mode. Dilophocon can get into some like lunging type running poses, things like that. I dig it. In terms of what they need to do to be posable and make me happy in alt mode, they succeed. And again, no remolds here. We have some unique transformations. We're going to start with JP12 here. We come in and we're going to untab the arms. They have tabs that go into slots on, I guess, like that's like the neck base or something. They come out, and then we can untab or tab out the doors here, which lets us free things up a little bit. On the back end, we can untab the tabs on the rear of the Jeep, which allows us to untab up here. The whole thing exists on a double hinge that we can bring up slowly and slide forward. Once we get to like this position, we want to fold in where our spare tire is, get that up and out of the way. And that lets us, gives us free movement to work on these legs. We can split them. There's a tab in the middle that splits them. We can come in around the back. Actually, no, we want to stay up front. And we want to untab on either side these top pieces, which are hidden in vehicle mode, but will become robot thighs. We can open up and around. Oh, can we? There we go. Those legs closing up the thigh pieces again, or shin pieces, I guess, not thighs. Then we can take our feet, flip them out forward on either side, like so. And here are the legs all done. Bring those doors out because those want to be difficult. Up top on these tires. So they have two hinges that they can move on. They can move out, but I usually just push them in. And once they get into the full in position, they will automatically move out as you rotate them. And that is the position you want them in for when you bring the chest piece down, which I believe we can start doing. I have a lot of difficulty on my copy. This is very tight. There is a tab here on the front of the Jeep that connects the top, kind of, you can see the robot mode head back there. So I really struggle with getting that tab out. I gotta open it up. There we go. And let's see, can I rotate him out? So, and then I have two tabs back here that I want to get free and past his backpack. There we go. So with that, we get his torso up. His arms are oddly low. The next step is going to be to open up these wheel wells on either side, which we can see reveals tabs or slots. And we can bring up the arms, which have tabs on these little gray bars that will go up into those slots on either side. Like so. And again, we're kind of just pushing and connecting everything. The tires are up front. The arms connect here. The backpack, one of the very last things, has tabs here. And in the transparent plastic, there are slots that the backpack can slot into. This red tab will fold down. The gray tab or tan tab will sit against it. Bring the arms down. Bring our wrists around and rotate our head. And here is JP12 in robot mode, fully transformed. The very last thing you can do is give him his hard hat. It's got two tabs right there. His head has two slots right there. It fits okay. My copy tends to want to come off. Next, and I say hard hat, I guess it's more like a Nedry's like weather hat. We can give him his Barbasol can. We'll put it in his left hand. And we can take off, maybe I should have done this earlier. We can take off the gun, his tow cable. There we go. And there is JP12 all transformed. Now, for Dilophocon, we're going to come in. First thing we can do is we can open up that tail. We're actually going to remove the base of the tail. Flip this piece around. Forms our gun. Gives us a little handle back here. The legs, we can straighten him, and you can see there's like this extra thigh piece on the Dilophosaurus mode that actually just comes down and forms a nice thick robot shin. Same thing on this side. I guess we've already untabbed here, but you'll untab there. Bring that down. Kind of doesn't click, but kind of solidly gets in place. Open up the ribs, which you saw wanted to open already. The arms, the wrists have little tabs that go into slots in the crotch. You can untab those, bring them out and down. Then we can come in on the back end here, open up the neck. We saw the, yeah, that wants to happen a lot. The Dilophosaurus neck kind of separates out into two pieces. We can open up on the back end and bring out Dilophocon's robot head. Sits kind of over that piece, bringing down our chest piece and our Dilophosaurus head. Then the back piece will flip around and we can solidly secure the frill kind of behind Dilophocon's head. And here is Dilophocon, and she looks pretty fantastic. We can fold up all the way this tail piece. I believe, there we go. Folds up all the way to give us a cleaner robot mode. And here are the two of them together. And in robot mode, I think they look pretty cute. Maybe not as intimidating as the first Jurassic Park pieces, but I think they look pretty adorable. Let's start out with Dilophocon this time. So we have some pretty decent articulation, if maybe a little odd in this mold. First, we have an interesting looking dinosaur head, not dinosaur head, robot head. Again, very Iguanus inspired, I feel. It's fine. I don't love that design, but you know, unique kind of design. We do have 360 on the elbow, shoulders. We do have to kind of move out of the way a little bit because of the way this is kind of attached to that back piece. We can go out that far. We can twist here. That counts as our bicep swivel. We have elbow rotation on a ball joint. We do have ankle tilts that go out that far, not fully Van Damming. They can kick up really high and nice. They can kick back really, really far. They do bend 90 degrees with a thigh swivel. And we do have some ankle rotation as well as forward and back ankle tilting. So, Dilophocon here is looking pretty good and decently enough posable. I dig her. JP12 here has some extra jointage in spots I wasn't expecting. Again, we have that Nedry inspired head sculpt. Looks pretty good. It is on a ball joint, which I feel like recently some figures haven't been on a ball joint. But so we do get some wiggle and all that good stuff. Put his helmet back on. As I keep saying, I guess for a Transformer it's a helmet because that would be made out of metal. But put his hat back on. We can do 360 at the shoulder. The shoulder can go up significantly higher than normal, which I do appreciate, and that is because it is like two joints in one here. This joint and then that joint. I do appreciate that. We do still have bicep swivel here. We have a 90-degree bend there. We do have wrist articulation, which I appreciate. We do not have waist articulation on either of these due to transformation, which is a little bit of a bummer. We can get deep in the Van Damme on the splits. We can kick up decently far before the skirt kind of gets in our way. The backpack definitely prevents us from kicking back too far. We do have thigh swivel here. And, there we go. More rotation than I originally demonstrated. Pretty nice rotation. A knee bend that can go a little past 90, as well as ankle tilting going down, ankle tilting going back a little bit, and side to side. So JP12 gets into some dramatic, dynamic poses himself with his blaster and his can of shaving cream. His can of shaving cream that is like half the size of a person. His like Costco brand 10-gallon shaving cream container, I guess, if it's Transformers size, but it's still neat. There we go. It's I guess it's like sticky enough that my finger was keeping things on. So yeah, I think it's a nice little set. And again, 2 Voyagers, I got mine for $50. 2 Voyagers for $50, being unique molds, unique decos. If you're a Jurassic Park fan, the easiest recommendation in the world. Absolutely, don't even think about it twice. Here they are with their Jurassic Park buddies. And yeah, the 4 of them look great together. Let's line up our cons. I think that overall, I feel that the first set got you a little more value. I think JP12 is a little cooler than JP93, but Tyrannicon does so much work. This is really cool that we got a unique mold, but that leader class figure is so good. So as I'm so glad I have the foursome, I'm gonna set them up in dioramas against each other and that sort of thing. But if you're not a Jurassic Park fan and you're a Transformers fan and you want some unique molds that aren't out yet, I think for $50 it's still a fair shake. They're really nicely painted. They're pretty fun to transform, straightforward. Well, I guess they got some like unique tricks, but they're not like too complicated. They come with some fun accessories, nice paint. For $50, I think it's an easy recommendation. I haven't seen them go on sale yet, unless $50 is the sale price. All right, it's on sale already. But yeah, it's you know, I think that the 2-pack, the Jurassic Park 2-packs, and I was surprised this one went on sale. I think I saw this one, the first one went on sale for like $60 at some point, or $50, which is essentially buying a leader class and getting a free deluxe, which is crazy. I guess people aren't buying these the way that Hasbro was expecting them to sell out. But for me, it is such a cool deal. I don't know if I showed off this, but the gun also can use the blast effect. There we go. It is such an easy recommendation. I think it's so much fun. It really makes me very nostalgic for my childhood, which I normally don't get a ton of in Transformers. I like Transformers, but they don't necessarily make me feel super nostalgic. But this set does, and I think it's just well-designed, fun toys for the collector, and that is a really fun place to be. All right, that is it for today's video. Thanks everybody for watching. If you're watching this, you know, when it comes out, we are doing the Extra Life giveaway. Go check the link in the video description. We have a bunch of prizes, some really cool prizes. Victory Saber from HasLab, Death Swords from HasLab. If you donate and we raise certain amounts of money, they'll be added to the prize pool. So please help the sick children of Cincinnati Children's Hospital, and we'll catch you all on the next one. Bye.